Hello, Leo. Medicine here. Just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this moon reading. It's a card reading that's really pertaining to the lunar cycle going on between April 5th and May 4th of this year, 2019, for you Leos. So we want to know um, what is happening with the moon and how does it relate to you during this lunar cycle, this lunar period? I'm gonna have to like adjust myself here. Hold on here. Uno momento. Okay, so we really want to know how is this lunar cycle going to influence you Leos? This lunar cycle that's happening between April 5th and May 4th, how is that going to influence you Leos? So let's take a look. Oh, we got one card that wanted to pop out at me there. So first of all, we have the Nine of Cups. We have the Death card. Interesting. We have the Six of Swords. Okay. We have the the Two of Cups, excuse me. We have the King of Swords. We have Four of Swords. We have Knight of Cups in reverse. We have Four of Cups in reverse. And we have Ace of Wands in reverse. Give me just a second here. All right. Let's see. Let's make sure. Okay. So first of all, there's going to be some changes happening in your life. Obviously, with the Death card, that much is certain, that much is undeniable. There's definitely going to be some changes. There's definitely going to be some transformation. There's definitely going to be a need to surrender your ego, to die to the identity of who you were, so that you can rebirth, be reborn in the person that you're becoming. For this new cycle, for this new period. The Nine of Cups, definitely someone who is comfortable and definitely someone who feels complete and fulfilled and total within themselves. Um, However, the Nine of Cups still has a couple of threads to take care of. They've achieved absolution. They've achieved completion. Um, but now they need to be able to see their dreams being fulfilled. So there's a next step in the process before this journey actually becomes complete. But the Nine of Cups, someone definitely feels very complete. Probably you feeling very complete within yourself. That's good. The King of Swords. The King of Swords, someone who's very intelligent, someone who is very I'd say this person is very higher thinking, thinks on a higher level, thinks on a level um that is beyond the mundane for sure. Um this person could possibly be very innovative. They could be very seasoned um, with their words. They have had a lot of experience with communication, the listening factor and the speaking factor, and the transference of information from one person to another. They've got a lot of experience with that. This person may also have some pretty good experience with for some of you, you might know, communicating with higher levels of consciousness. So you might think about like angels. You might think about intergalactic uh, ones. You might think about ascended masters, that kind of deal. They know how to communicate with the higher realms of consciousness. And these higher realms of consciousness really do assist and help to uh, manifest and create within the physical at the same time. No, the king of swords is really speaking to me. I'm getting like spirals of life, being able to really see, understand things from a uh, an overall more cosmic, more oh, I can't I words escape me right now, but there's like a spiral going on. So he's very involved in the spirals of life. You can see that. And then there is the Hermetic. Is that a Hermetic structure there at the bottom there? So there's like these hidden messages. Once again, being very in tune with the hidden, being very in tune with uh, um, the forms of the levels of consciousness that are like above and beyond, that are outside of the normal, the normal uh, paradigm of communication. The Two of Cups definitely says that you're going to be meeting someone, and for some of you, maybe it'll be the King of Swords. Maybe for some of you, you're meeting this person that's going to be the King of Swords. There's almost like this choice or this choosing between two people, because I also have the Knight of Cups here at the bottom. The Knight of Cups. But the Knight of Cups seems to be, they're not necessarily a good pick if you're in the see, words escape me right now. But if you're shopping around for romance, is what I'm trying to get to. The Knight of Cups may not necessarily be a good pick. For some of you, the King of Swords. The King of Swords definitely seems like a good choice rather than the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups seems like someone who might be very emotionally manipulative in a destructive way right now. And they may look one way on the outside, but they may not necessarily have a constructive, good, decent way of working with their feelings and their emotions. But they might present themselves to you otherwise. So just be very careful um, that this person, everyone wants to put their best foot forward, right? So this person may or may not show up as woe is me, feeling sorry for themselves, or you know, um, you know, they may not necessarily show up as someone that's just being in love with the idea of love versus actually being in love. Um, but the Knight of Cups in reverse to me suggests that that is what they are. If there are those of you who are considering traveling at this time by water, it might not be the best idea for you to do at this time. So if you're thinking about traveling by like cruise ship or boats, if you're thinking about doing some diving, some swimming, it may not necessarily be the best time for you to do it. The Four of Cups is definitely someone who's in deep contemplation right now, but it's in reverse. Um, which for me, I interpreted that as this person is, they might not be receiving the best kind of information. They might not be getting the best kind of intel at this time. Like they may be feeling in a very negative way, and they may not be feeling a very, very positive about the things that they're contemplating about. Like they may be feeling very obstructed. They may not be able to get any clarity on situations that are happening for them, because obviously there's some new energy popping in here, but the Ace of Wands is showing up as negative as well. So, I got blocked enthusiasm. I've got blocked, there's opportunities out there, but something is blocking me from being able to um, take the reins and to be able to hold that in my heart. These new opportunities, this new potential to create dreams and aspirations that I would like in my life. This Ace of Wands, um, Ace of Wands is definitely pointing towards energy that is like there is no energy. Like it's pointing towards more like fatigue. It's pointing towards more repressed energy. Energy that is very repressed, that is very inward and able to be expressed outward, like it's very plugged up, it's stagnation. For some of you, you're not really able to see, to really take the reins once again and grab a hold because you might be too much might be too much in your mind, you might be too much in your thoughts, you might be too much in your head, rather than having faith and trusting in your spirit and in your instincts and in your intuition. And then I also have the Four of Swords, Leo, that speaks about not being able to move on, speaks about not being able to put certain thoughts to rest. See, look at that. So, yeah, you're not able to there's certain thoughts, there's certain ideas, there's certain um, beliefs that need to be put to rest for you. These thoughts not being put to rest is what's keeping you away from being able to take the reins and grab a hold of the new opportunities that are out there happening for you at this time. A very transformational period going on for you, definitely. Very transformational, because not only do I have the Death card, but then I also have the Six of Swords that's right next to it. And that speaks about deep transformation, deep reflection, um, being able to like change the paradigm, change your belief systems, change your environment. And then it also connects with the King of Swords because the King of Swords to me is Aquarius energy. And the King of Swords, therefore, is connected to the Six of Swords, which is basically Aquarius and the second deacon. So there's this definite connection here of transformation going on. It's like I start off really good because, I feel complete within myself. I feel a sense of completeness and a sense of, um, in a sense of being one with all that is, a sense of oneness, a sense of totality, a sense of absolution, a sense of omnipresence and omniscience, all knowing, all seeing. Um, you know, I see everything as one, everything is reconnected, everything is recombined. And at the same time, I also have guides looking out for me here with the King of Swords. There's the higher levels of consciousness that I am in conference with, I'm in conversation with, and I'm able to oversee and manage things from that higher perspective. So there's this greater, higher perspective happening here with these four cards here. You know, this transformation, this change, definitely bringing about like a metamorphosis in your life, a higher perspective, and being able to really see things from that higher perspective. But then there's also this inability to detach and let go of certain thoughts and beliefs that are pertaining to your past that are doing you no good. Now, this energy does have the potential to change and to transition. Most of these cards are minor cards, Leo. So I just want to make you very well aware that when we're dealing with minors, we're dealing with energies that can be changed. The only thing that quite possibly will not be changed is that death card, that transformational process um, that's happening for you, the changes that are happening for you. That much is certain, but the rest of it has an opportunity to change. So in other words, all the rest of these things could be turned right side up. But what I have to say about that is that you really need to give yourself permission to let go of the past, to really move forward into the future. I know that it's an uncomfortable period. It's an uncomfortable time for you because it's challenging. It's bringing you into a world that is possibly more inward versus outward, and that's not necessarily something that you may be comfortable with, Leo. I don't know, but uh, you might be so caught up in the glory and in the fame and in the identity of who you once were that you're not really able to let that go. That's keeping you blocked. So, this whole spread, in fact, has a lot to do with letting go of the ego connected to the identity that you once were so that you can be able to move forward. But and in the beginning it seems like that starts out fine, and then it's like I get stuck somewhere along the way. I'm unable to completely disengage from the past. I'm unable to put it to rest. So I just want to warn you that that's going to keep you away from being able to see the opportunities and being able to see the potential for attaining aspirations and goals and dreams of yours that are out there. If you're not able to let go of the identity pertaining to who you were and to allow yourself to go fully on through the transformative process. Because above all this, I look at that and I see the water energy happening, and water energy brings me to a place of purity. It brings me to a place of cleansing. It's time for cleansing. The Four of Swords brings me to a place of cleansing. It's time for letting go. It's time for cleansing the soul. It's time for reconnecting the soul with the spirit. It's time for reconnecting the soul and the spirit to God or creator, higher power, all that is. Don't care what that looks like for you, but there's a definite need to create something new in your life right now, Leo. And it seems to me that this is bringing like things of the past perhaps are coming up, like, and it's just making it very difficult for you to let go and to move forward and to move on with your life, like these things of the past that are going on. Because all of this right here, funny enough, is fine and is good. you know my romance life, the person that I choose to carry on, to expand my horizons, to make my love life happen, to create more opportunities and expand my prosperity, my wealth, my abundance, my zest for life. All that is great. Like, that looks really good. But then I get these four cards down here, which means like very, very, and first of all, that's four energy, very, 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 very controlling and very, very stubborn energy, and an energy that is very hard to let go of, and an energy that is like a burden, like it's not helping you, it's holding you down. And then I have this five energy to me, and five is all about dynamic and change and wisdom. I say that because there's five cards that are positive in a row, and then you have four cards that are negative in a row. So -4, +5, which is just very interesting to me. Um, so the foundation, you might be still holding on to roots of the past that you really do just need to disconnect from and let go of. But the transformation, nonetheless, seems to be okay. It seems to be good. And then that in itself is like a regression. Hear this: we're going from 5 to 4 instead of from 4 to 5. So once again, regression. Once again, it's like everything starts off good, everything starts off great, and then it's like I regress and I go back. And you've got to give yourself permission to let go of the things from your past. It's okay. All the stuff from your past, you've got to give yourself permission to let go of that if you're really going to move forward in your future. So let's see what the oracle card, the oracle message for you, Urs. What is the oracle message for Leo as it pertains to this lunar cycle? All right, and the cards just want to kind of fall off for me. So Catch my breath. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Catch your breath, Leo. Catch your breath. Catch your breath is a card that says take a moment to pause every now and then. You've got little pockets, little windows of time to pause in all of the things that are going on in your life right now. But first of all, remember, they're only little pockets. They're only little windows. They're only for a short time. They're not for long periods of time. But those little pockets and windows where you can take time to pause and rest and kind of catch your breath, please do. And in those pockets of windows, as when you're able to breathe, when you're able to kind of like get a second to like, okay, defuse, okay, exhale. When you take a second for yourself, you're also able to, your mind just becomes more clear, and you're able to see things that you might not have been able to see before. It becomes more open, perhaps, to things that you might not have seen before. Catch your breath also talks about forgiveness. So if there's a chance that you need to forgive someone, and that someone is keeping you away from being able to move forward in your existence, and or if there's a chance that you need to seek forgiveness from someone, and that someone might be keeping you away, that there's a need to forgive there. Catch your breath talks about, okay, take a moment to really put things into perspective. What is really blocking you? Because chances are this energy might be connected to someone, which is what I felt earlier too. Look, with the Knight of Cups, this blocked energy might be connected to someone. Okay. And chances are it's either you need to forgive them, they need to forgive you, you need to forgive yourself, they need to forgive themselves, but you need to take a moment to actually deal with what's going on with you, because obviously you're trying to move on in life. You're obviously trying to move on. Um, but it's hard for you to move on because you've got the stuff of the past keeping you down. Okay? And this past, the stuff from the past is showing up in your future. It's blocking your future. I just want to make that abundantly clear. It is blocking your future. This is a progressive. And then it's like, boom. Now the things of the past are blocking my future. They're blocking me from moving forward. So you need to deal with this and forgive it. Take a moment to catch your breath. It ain't going nowhere. Everything is fine. You're doing good. You're doing great, Leo. You really are. Keep it up. Keep it up. But you need to take a moment and stop and really think about things, loose ends that need to be tied up in order for you to really truly move on, because obviously this here is a loose end for you. And don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. That's your medicine. I hope that this has helped you in some way, Leo, and I hope that it continues to help you. We're going to continue to have uh, moon card readings and continue to expand and grow on insights for you. And I definitely hope that I get to continue to serve you in this way because I love this work. Um, and I hope that this actually is serving you. Okay, Leo, have a great one. I hope to see you next moon reading. Lunar.